All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So we're back to the Outer Worlds, and well, let me turn this on. That's pretty good. Maybe I don't need. Wait now. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. How's that? That's probably better. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the audio correct so that when I edit, I can edit a lot easier. Maybe it's a little boring, but I'm done now anyway. Now let's go back. Let's see what mission we need to do next. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Side quests. All right, let's do this one. Endpoint end. I love this new suit I got. Dorado. How come I can't leave? Too close. Okay, so we're gonna put her on. Because this is her companion side quest.
That tremendous statue is of Matriarch Alexandra Verick, founder of the Protectorate. I'm shocked the traitors haven't defaced it.
Seems that's basically where we're headed too. Yo, how's it going? Stephanie Porter and Joseph Harrison. Hello, hello. Said hi, said hi. What is this game? I just joined. I'm a sub. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. This game is the Outer Worlds 2. So they also made, let me just make sure now, because I've been saying this. It's Obsidian. They made, is it New Vegas or Fallout? Yeah, but they made New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds and Outer Worlds 2. So this is their newest game. It's actually really fun. Oh, I don't have brown. I can't. This is for a quest where you can build a shanty house for someone. But I don't have the right trait. Investigate the anchor hole. I'm just doing a companion quest right now for, I forget what her name is now. Miranda, I think. Her. Marisol, that's what her name is. I knew that. It reminds me of Star Wars. Yeah, it's very, it's in the future. It's like, there's, humanity breaks off into different factions and they go into space. And some are like anti-choice, is like ultra-capitalist. And then the Protectorate is kind of like these guys. They're like, you know, paladins, like religious types, architect types. And she's from the Order. The Order is mathematicians, scienticians, they call themselves. And I'm an Earth Directorate agent, so I'm kind of just like working for Earth. And there's other factions too. There's like a black market faction, Subrosa, etc., etc. I haven't beat the game yet, so I don't know how many there are. But I gotta tell you, the physics and the graphics and all that stuff is like mind-blowingly good. This game is The Outer Worlds 2. So it's made by Obsidian. They made Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds 1, obviously. You can play it in first person too. And there's like, I'll just show you a couple things since you guys never seen it before. There's traits, there's flaws. You get flaws from like doing things. Skills. Perks. Very Fallout. Is it free? No. Definitely not free. Ooh, wrong way. But it's not like, I don't think it's super expensive or anything. It didn't just come out, so I can't remember how much it cost.
I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened.
Man.
And where Anais's research is now.
There were 2 anchorites in here earlier. I only see one
They
body.
should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least.
Hello, how's it going,
Might be
Dwayne?
some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
Dwayne. Yeah, I remember this place. There was 2 people in here. And they were arguing over the answers they were coming to. They were always at odds. One always thought one thing and the other one always thought another thing. So I'm guessing one killed the other and then left. Maybe she's hid away. Sometimes you can talk to them through that. Oh, okay, never mind. Someone snuck in here. Private Journal, Anchoress Anya Chow. Do not read this. This means you, Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina. You gotta go? Alright, I'll talk to you later, Stephanie. What other games do I like? I play a little bit of everything. But I wanted to get this game finished so I can move on to the next one. I also have Pragmata. We're going to be doing that soon. Have you seen that? It's new. I mean, I could switch to it if you guys rather watch that, but I have to set up the stream and everything for that. You flip past hundreds of dense entries full of calculations and notes of arguments Chow was apparently working up for future debates before finding something relevant to your investigation. Later entries mention regular visits by an exemplar Southworth who claimed evidence of innovational means to shortcut the solving of the universal equation. After noting the method's highly unorthodox nature, Chow wrote that she found herself shut out of further discussions, leading to routine scenes of tense awkwardness when Southworth dropped in and a marked shift in Bruin's beliefs. In the final entries, Chow appeared worried the two were conspiring about something and noted hushed references to an old Order research station near Paradise Island named Point Obviation. She began to believe the Bruin intended on abandoning the monastery anchor hold to travel there. Chow wrote that when she confronted her cellmate about her suspicions, Anchoress Brune responded with the idea of leaving the anchor hold was not one she considered lightly, to which Chow contended that to consider it at all proved a lightness of consideration. In the nearby margins, a +1 point me is scrawled. Her final entry ends on a note of deep concern, writing, "I can clearly foresee that whatever the two have planned may soon occur. It may serve me right for putting theory into application the other day."
We should keep looking.
God, this is gonna be so nerdy. Scholarly Reprimand of Bizarre Regime. A series of manifesto-like musings from Anchoress Brune have been pinned to the chalkboard. I've been playing Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint. Is it any good? I haven't played it. Most of the comments rail against the current order regime, while others extol the virtues of the Department of Preemptive Casual Redirection. One passage toward the end stands out in particular. The universal equation should be our primary concern. All else is distraction, farce, and needless prolonging of suffering.
There may be more to learn here.
Blunt force trauma to the head, puddle of blood nearby.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
I've identified the body. It was Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister mate Anchoress Brune has some explaining to do.
Right on my face a little bit so you can see. Did you see what was posted? Looked like some kind of super dense logical puzzle manifesto.
A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light, and I use
good
work is
games.
regarded highly.
Are they free? I doubt it. Recon Wildlands. 50 bucks. Canadian. 60 bucks Canadian. This data pad has reference to the research at Winter's
I
Grass.
saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular
I don't have any
visits by
extra
an
money for games right
exemplar
now.
Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station.
Any idea where Anchoress Brune went?
That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation.
What else did you glean from all
I
this?
don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious, and the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
What do you mean, annihilate the idea?
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
Oh.
Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
It's a lot more interesting than it seems.
Yes.
She's like a super spy. And she's an OG super spy too. She annihilates ideas. That's pretty interesting. Just look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's a little weird. I don't cast her shadow. Okay, we have to leave now, I think, to Eden. You never played Ghost Recon? No. I played one of them, I think, for like a little bit with free trial or something. Well, I never bought them. Oh, I can unlock this now. I beat this a long time ago, and I never had enough to do it. I didn't really miss much by the seams of it.
Negative. Recharge incomplete.
Recharge incomplete. I don't know how to get out of here. Down here, maybe? This is the right way, I think. I'm gonna have to go up. I'm so confused. This is a puzzle for, maybe I can fast travel out of here. Nope. There used to be a ball here and you had to like make it go around the whole level. And somehow I got lost in the trap again. Let's try it this way. Not like this. Stuck in here forever. Zelda's one of your favorites? Yeah, Zelda's amazing. It's too bad they don't come out on PC. I would love to play Zelda on PC. I've emulated like some of the older ones, but maybe I can do Tears of the Kingdom, I think, on PC with an emulator. Maybe we'll do that sometime. I need to finish that game. I got a decent way through it, and then I put it down and lost my save. So now I don't want to like do it again. See, watch. That's for the ball that no longer needs to go anywhere. Oh, I have to go down here. That's right. But I can't. Wait, maybe if I go this way. Betray your values. Could it be? Could this be the right way? I see freedom. Oh my god, I'm right back where it was. This reminds me of a temple in Zelda. I'm afraid to jump down there. Get lost again. This is horrible. It didn't take me this long to get in. Try to further away than I used to be. Maybe I have to stay on this floor. Be a hero. Betray your values. Huh. So it's probably this way. Bro, what in the... You know what? Oh, was it this way? No. Done this 100 times now. I think I'm gonna reload. We're jumping down here. There's gotta be a way out. Oh, I don't remember this place. Could it be? I don't think it is. I think I'm sufficiently lost. Okay, so we know that it didn't take very long for me to get to here from where the outside is. So if I just try to retrace my steps, maybe I can find a way in. Oh my god, that's the right way. Finally. We did it. Free. For now. Deliver coils to medic. Do I have the coils? Sorry, just checking something. Should be easy if I already have them.
You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us
you go.
Lovely. Wonderful. That's just enough to get the first of our auto docks back up and running. Thank you. Still, if you find any more, please bring them my way. It would be marvelous to have spares.
Cool. Okay. Oh, where's the incognito landing pad? It may be boring to watch, but this game is so fun. See, look at all these quests I got done. This is a quest for Cloister. I'm trying to get this one done. It's a side quest. Man, interesting. Green Mountain. Wait till you see the gameplay. I can't get rid of any of my flaws, and I have to take every flaw that I get. And it's on the hardest difficulty. Maybe I should change the name to that. But yeah, this is a very hard gameplay.
These temporary...
As hard as I can make it. Just like this right here. Looks so good. Compared to what I'm used to. Somewhere else for me to get lost now.
Move it! Are the gunpowder stores not equipped?
Why did it move like that?
Cherish all we have.
You're re-downloading Outer Worlds 1? Nice. It's pretty fun. I like the first one. What kind of build are you gonna do?
Terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble ration
Little sprat hiding down here. Who's like the predator? Surprise.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
He knocked her down with his hammer.
Fortificator at ready status.
Actually pretty tough.
Appropriate seal for their assigned work. Report them for mental refreshment post haste.
Serious audio cartridge. He replaced the Protectorate broadcast with confession given to you by Sub Rosa agent Pretoria Quebecer. Time will tell how or if the Protectorate troops react.
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to an officer who was low on supplies.
Oh.
This imitation grapple meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice. Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
She was selling them like arms and legs and stuff of like mutated creatures. And they thought it was crab meat. I'm going to mixture stealth and combat. Nice. I also like Borderlands. Borderlands is pretty good. I never played much of it though.
Unfortunately, I lost the ability to feel disgust long ago.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too.
Repel invasive elements.
And melee. And we're gonna go with guns and medical. And then for perks, this one's gonna take a minute. That's actually pretty good. Target flees from combat for 8 seconds. That's kind of crazy. So when I shoot humans, they should run away from me now. For 8 whole seconds.
We're all in this together.
I'm dead.
We cherish all we have and
Why is there 2 things I can go to?
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
There must be any. Process rift data. Solicit the order of support. Oh, that's because I'm on one of these quests. Endpoints end. Probably gonna try to 100% the game. Nice, dude. This part might be hard though, I don't know. You probably gotta collect stuff. I'm not much of a collector. We're gonna go to a different planet. I'm just cleaning up all the quests that I missed and trying to unlock, make all my guys stronger before we go any further. Probably just do all the side quests. Gotcha. Point obviation. Sit up before I fall asleep. Yeah, we go downstairs. There's a lot I haven't even done yet. Like, there's a whole planet I haven't even gone to. And there's more planets to unlock. The planet I haven't gone to, I should probably go to it, because it's a Sub-Rosa planet. You would probably like No Man's Sky. I tried to play it, but I put it on very hard mode, and that was probably a mistake.
Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The Endpoint?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brunn straight away.
Yes, it was play it on a lower difficulty to get used to the game first. Yeah, it's like ridiculously hard on very hard mode because you like start dying like right away. Maybe if you call off your guard dog first.
Apologies. One can never be too careful while launching important undertakings. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Interesting.
Ancrus Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grasp. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain
Graphics
the
are
best course of
wild, dude, in this game.
There's greater security.
Like, that looks just like
than most
the
Ordos
ocean.
strongholds. We'd best be wary.
Like the way the rocks are and the waves and stuff, because I live next to the ocean. And just like, how there's like almost no pixels. Like no dithering on the side, the edges, like, you can kind of see it there a little bit. You see how like, around the edges of his arms? It's like fuzzy for a second.
Is that Marisol?
I love the open universe aspect of it all. The planets you can visit, yeah, same.
Don't even breathe.
First one was beautiful as well. Yeah, the first one, the only thing I didn't like about the first one was there's not enough of it. Which is usually a good sign. And this one's way longer, with more planets and stuff.
Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
See, if I didn't have her here, we'd probably have to fight all these guys. We're probably gonna have to fight them all to get out of here.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Cogitate.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado.
Yeah. Let's go see the boss. I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden.
I knew the Order had its own facilities, but this... Where did they find the resources? What else have they done without our ken?
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchorus Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive
I
body
didn't
of
do
work,
that.
though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky
I
repercussions.
did choose who
came to
won the
find.
argument, though.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
It was about war. Is violence necessary sometimes, right? So I said yes. Obviously, if someone's trying to kill you, violence is necessary sometimes. That didn't, like, I guess the one who won the argument killed the other one. Maybe, I don't know. Re-enlist? What are you talking about? Restarting Marisol's department?
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
How did you end up here from the monastery? Exemplar Southworth was involved, yes?
Yes, we have Grace, that is Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the anchor hold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
You trust her to assist? She hasn't been in a proper lab for decades.
Tut, a mind like that is never out of practice. And the experiment she's overseeing, why, she's orchestrating it masterfully. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on, I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Turn that up a little bit. She's just downstairs.
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
Let's see if that's a little... Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Oh shit. Good thing there's glass there. I was just shooting randomly. Wait, how do I go down? Quickly reading it, I don't think there's anything worth talking about, really. They're just talking about this place. Cosmos in a bottle. A shortcut to solving the universal equation is within reach. Allow me to reiterate, these are not the allegedly dangerous trials of yore. The test chamber has been remodeled into a new anchor hold for Anchoress Brone, who has exemplar oversight for all new trials. Interesting. Many seers and anchorites use focus devices to keep their attention trained in challenging equations. The device itself has no direct function, and most are cobbled together from spare parts their tactical nature calms the mind. While an ordinary telescope is a class by deep space observation satellites, I try to be like Jesus, to love everyone. It's hard sometimes. I honestly believe we will never leave our solar system. Yeah, it's hard. That's why people say Jesus was God, because he was like the only sinless man. So he had the nature of a God, you know? But he died for everyone's sins, so you don't have to try to be perfect. Research observation access granted. Yes.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act. I await word of our success with bated breath.
Bated breath.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our
I need
experiment.
a drink, but I don't want to leave.
Endless void, are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near.
We will never have the
I
technology
need
to
your
leave our
aid
solar system.
before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time?
They already have a,
or you already intend on scurrying away again?
what do they call it? Probe is already leaving the solar system right now. And it turns out that there's a layer of fire from the sun. The sun has like, the whole solar system is everything that's inside the sun, right? So there's like a layer, like there's like a heat wave or a firewall all the way around the solar system. So the probe can go through it. Well, if the probe can go through it, then all you need is heat resistance while you're inside of it. But we're doing quantum computing now. So that's opening up a whole new layer of physics that we never knew about. There is a possibility that they just use quantum entanglement, start teleporting people instantaneously to places. But I don't know how that would work with multiple molecules all at once and a human being and all that stuff. So there's a lot of unanswered questions right now, but I think we'll be able to do it. We'll do whatever you need.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
See, she's doing the same thing, but with a microverse. What does muck with entail?
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the second floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Consider the experiment mucked with.
It's only the fate of the
Another day,
galaxy
another
riding
vent.
on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Sorry, just trying to figure something out. Purge oxygen, initiate experiment.
Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see.
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations.
Standing by to careful. Everything's ruined. There's no coming back from this. You all should go. I'll make my way out when no one's looking.
Oh shit, did I screw it up already? I didn't know I wasn't supposed to kill anyone. Got it. Controlled experiment.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Once locked, in-race settings will no longer be modifiable. Read the instructions for doing so, Belfray. Lock. Novice Empress Belfray. As one hopes, you should recall, N-rays act as a capable proxy for cosmic rays that constantly bathe all matter in our universe. For our present experiment, N-rays must be fired continuously through the tubes leading to the test chamber in order to provide desired test results. Fail-safe measures that maintain the stream are accessible in the ventilation shafts. Theoretically, the failure of a single fail-safe could be acceptable, but this has been untested thus far and could cause the stream to vacillate in a wild or uneven manner. Please note that if it's necessary to temporarily interrupt the stream, use the fail-safe switch in the room and not the one in the ventilation shaft, because if something goes wrong, it's more difficult to detect if the one in the vent has been thrown. With our current technology, it would take humans tens of thousands of years to reach our nearest solar system, and our nearest star system is 4.25 light years away. Yeah, but they'll just start folding time or using quantum entanglement, right? Because all the things are that you can entangle two atoms and then instantly transport it. They've already teleported atoms to like the space station, I'm pretty sure.
1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Path to ascendancy is known. So it says in a good textbook.
Do not alter, okay. Do not alter. As I've repeatedly stated, it is an inordinary tricky matter to set all the components of this test in the correct manner to simulate a functional microburst. Even the slightest error could undermine our vitally important efforts here. For a seemingly infinite time, maximum uranium flow is absolutely required for the highest probability of experiment success. Flows less than 500 gallons per minute. Test results will be entirely skewed. Well, I think I have to restart. Because I actually don't know how to make them in the game. I got to go back one. Big picture. Feasibly volatile atomic electrodynamics research is a controversial field. Many a tenured colleague have dismissed it as junk scientism. Yet they simply lack the cognitive capacity to understand its underlying principles. We focus on the smallest of small things, the fundamental building blocks of the universe, to weed out anomalous variables and extrapolate only the necessary inputs for solving the universal equation. In layman's terms, we create a big picture from a small one, with the hopes of accelerating our academic voyage to ascension. If only others in the order saw the big picture. Calculated risks. It is a question I have often pondered. If Sierra Bugel's feasibility volatile atomical electrodynamics research was so promising, why was her facility shuttered more than 2 decades ago? My colleagues at the time posited that her experiments were fundamentally flawed, chaotic, and even calamitous. They claimed that the study of fundamental forces would produce inconsistencies and garbage data, celestial slosh, they called it, using layperson terminology to twist her figurative dagger in her life's work. Some feared such tampering with atomical electrodynamics might even cause a catastrophic cascade and potentially overwrite our own universe and all life in it. Impossible. Well, improbable. Let's call it extremely unlikely. But what is scientism if not a calculated risk? Back to work. Entry from Anchor's Brune. Scientism marches on. After more than 20 years in mothballs, the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection is reopened for business. Sierra Bugel's feasibly volatile atomic electrodynamics research is back on track with my exclusive reclusive attention. Trial preparation is in process. Point obviation has that intoxicating new equipment smell, while Bugel's original and apparatuses are in display on the anchor hold as a monument to her life's work. We are ready for the boldest experiment of all, to spawn a mini-universe to simulate and solve the universal equation speedily. I call it the quantum code. Safely, and most importantly, accurately, or at least within the margin of error. I'm highly confident no catastrophic flaws will be revealed. Let's turn the action on. Let's turn it on.
Something wrong back there? Hello?
Combat problem.
It's Fib.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's go to another one and see if I can figure it out.
All solutions precede problems. Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms. Assessing. Gathering heuristics. Efforts at pursuit persist. Terminating unproductive activity.
Sorry, go back. I don't see what the point of this is.
-2. Obviously. Something. Ceasing hostility. Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
It's to disrupt the stream. I don't know why I would need to disrupt it, but...
Path to ascendancy is non-linear. So it says.
Let's just see what that does. Because I feel like this is just a giant puzzle. I don't want to lock anything in yet. This can be used to send an alpha beta sample from here into the experiment test chamber. A pre-configured sample is on hand and ready to be sent to the appointed time. Its nucleon levels have already been precisely configured to coax simulated life from the primordial soup of the microverse. Do not under any circumstance, combine it with an unconfigured sample or send an unconfigured sample in its place. With the lack of training, both would be obvious, but especially if you send a configured sample. Yours in science, tenured Arcturian Himmelfarb. P.S. I am unaccustomed to having to particularize in such a degree of pedantic detail, but recent misinterpretations on your part have me convinced it is required.
P and Q are true. P is true, or Q is true. Simple truth. Just at times.
I don't think I'm smart enough to do this stuff. Hold on. What's this called? Endpoints end. Oh wait, no, it's the line quest. Okay. So I have to manipulate the experiment. I think we have to screw up the experiment. Well, I know how to screw this one up. Let's do the medical 5.
All solutions proceed. Whatever's out there isn't friendly. Fact-finding commences.
Remember how I mentioned to be careful. Everything's ruined. There's no coming back. You all should go. I'll make my way out when no one's looking.
Screw these guys.
Lay down fire. Commander, when you next check your personal terminal, you'll find my letter of denegation. Far as I can tell, my standards of acceptable conduct are a mite unrealistically high for this little outfit.
Fuck you, Marisol.
That is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
I sense scum and close.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see. I'm no tenured archivist.
Remember how I mentioned
Of course, dude.
everything's ruined.
Everything's ruined. You ruined everything. That was the whole point. Bump, 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 bump.
P and Q are true if P is true
Oh,
or
that's
Q
something
is
else.
true. A simple truth table for turbulent times.
Bump, bump, bump.
Who's that?
Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see.
May all solutions to problems.
I trust that is the sound of science going exceptionally well. I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
But -2.
The thing to lock this in. I guess when I shoot it up the tube, it's gone anyway.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
See what let's do for this one.
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
I think it's everything. Successfully manipulated.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber.
I already did that.
Did it work? Did it work?
Oh, it is
See,
a microwave.
was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, Farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brunn, but she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
How the fuck are we supposed to do that?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brunn give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Well, that sounds particularly
easy. A brain-off
easy.
against an order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
I already know what I do.
Let's hear it.
We try to undermine her confidence if we feel accidental deaths are a fallback.
Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening. Murder shouldn't be our first option here. Too many drawbacks, both mathematically and ethically.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
This is my first brain off anyway.
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs.
My eyes are starting to cross out anyway.
Leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
We should go.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results. And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
Deal with Anchorite burner. Back up, right?
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
Seer Behold was very thorough and there was some issues. I hate to break it to you, but the experiment failed spectacularly.
What? No. It couldn't. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The experiment was deeply flawed on a conceptual level.
Really? In what way?
Altering levels of uranium, nuclides, microwaves, and N-rays seem like unnecessary hooey.
These are all fundamental building blocks of the universe. Together, they form the primordial soup our galaxy was formed from. This is widely recognized in scientific circles. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected, an anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Edgar's child doubted your plans. Her final words claimed you'd been swayed by flattery. Or maybe one of the two isn't taking things seriously.
Now, I'm starting to believe you're just needlessly fretting. Is this nerves? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dismissive. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Proving the model and methodology won't fix the underlying research being bad science.
Why, I'm shocked. I'm certainly glad Seer Bujold isn't present to hear such needlessly provocative and deplorable accusation. There is no call for that sort of meanness in the scientific field, and I can personally attest that it is categorically untrue. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
Ooh, I don't have speech or science for this one. The Seer came to sabotage the test because she thinks you're going to get everyone killed. Lie. You think it's brilliant because you fail to grasp all of its intrinsic errors.
That's both incorrect and rather mean. The experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. Everything seemed within acceptable parameters. No discernible variance. So why did it fail?
See, your own data supports everything I've been saying. Oh, they made a spelling error. Because the foundation behind everything you've been doing here is clearly unsound.
Oh, come now. One bad test doesn't mean the science is completely flawed, does it? This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
By all means.
There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. That is an interesting thought puzzle. As humorous as it is inapplicable. I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do? Everything seemed within acceptable parameters. No discernible variants. Oh, come now.
To the hatch. Wait, where's the hatch? Does she mean the elevator? What am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Path to ascendancy is non-linear, so it says in the good textbook.
What's that, guys? This is a ridiculous quest. History.
May all solutions precede problems. Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance. Hard to get in a good sleep cycle with these constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms. P and Q are true if P is true or Q is true. A simple truth table for turbulent times.
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in Test Chamber Beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to Test Chamber Alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Ankaris Braun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell.
All right.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ancrus Brunn falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
I'd think long and hard before accusing of more preemptive Kazal redirection intercessor.
It's her association with that department that has me suspicious here. Suppose you'll claim this was all just coincidence, a misaligned series of mishaps that simply appear to be your fault.
I'm done with
According
this.
to my field calculations, we are well past. In fact, I strongly suggest we wipe the floor with these ill-notioned traitors, starting with this one, the arrogant know-nothing.
This slapdash pretense.
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed. Check your patience. Still recharging. Proceeding forward.
The battle is reaching.
Aggravator?
Taking punitive action.
What the hell's aggravator? Ooh. Fires tiny plasma heated pellets that goad enemies. Let's try it out. Pretty cool. Now the first missus I killed. I already got her stuff.
A potentially.
She's dead.
Red assessment.
Unready. Go for torpification. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Our commander hangs from a thread.
Can't attack what's not there. Target analyzed. Negative. Recharge incomplete. Locking them down.
Grenade outbound.
Standing by to stupefy.
Anomalous outliers.
Taking the fight out of them. Torpification in progress.
Thing shoots really fast.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Vitals critical.
Impossible in my present condition.
Faulty impact variable.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Of scientism.
my thanks and my hemp.
Explosions are actually really good. Grenade damage.
Look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened. You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais.
What did you give me?
Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Anchor's cow.
Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
Okay.
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
I hope that Bouchol does not soften your instinct. We've many battles yet to fight.
Anyway. Now I can upgrade her to max, I think.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate. I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
Alright, let's talk it through. Let's talk it through. You stuck thinking about what happened at Anchorage
yes.
Burn?
With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchorage Brun. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
Any blame for Anchorage Brun's fate should fall on her and that exemplar.
Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
At least we don't have to worry about the universe ending for now.
I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
Now that some time has passed, how are you feeling about the way you left things with
She
Anais?
seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
Yes, you do seem different. You've been beaming since we left Point Aviation.
It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Energy storage. Interesting. Oh, this is Niles. Maybe I should put Niles on too. Ricochet to another enemy. And then increases her charge. Field when she uses abilities, or charge. Let's go with the shield. Because I can't res her. She looks crazy now. Look at that. Yeah, she looks sick now. Oh, the guy's a knife. Pretty cool. I don't have any Tristan's done. Let's go finish this one off. Oyster. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I'm already in closer. Wait. Let's go to Undisputed Claim. See what this place is all about. Go through client intake. Probably over here.
Came here because I heard Auntie's Choice was contracting. When I heard about the job.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice?
Oh, an Undisputed Claim. That must be Auntie's ship. This is Auntie's mothership. Brought to you by Stoogie Slims, Head Office Tower. Try this one.
Mission deficient.
Oh, this is cool.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice.
I want to play with a controller for a bit so I can sit back, relax a little bit.
I might appear above the occasional frivolity.
Whoa, what's going on?
I do enjoy dictating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big riff cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more program than the Protector, its watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sport...
Report to head office.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell
Don't let us keep
aesthetic without Auntie's Choice.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Space's Roman-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's darlings. I cleaved Spacers Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Auntie's Choice! Darlings! We won! Hostile takeover this! Right back at you!
I'm Anti-Cleo, and I endorse this message. Attention, valued employee.
Just gonna get my controller on the right setting.
With a report on just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time. Profit forecast time, starting with product development, the more smoke and butter of our entire operation. Thanks to our marketing.
Right decline intake.
Sizzle of incremental product. If you want freedom of choice, you want Auntie's Choice.
She looks pretty sick now.
Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice? Too much? Try Auntie's Choice You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice?
I'm dead. I'm dead.
By entering further, you waive all rights and claims to anatomy, appearance, and so-called intellectual property. See fine print on entry manual pages 368 to 474 for details.
Wow, the graphics are nuts. Can't wait till all games look like this. This has to be the best graphics / performance of any game that I played this year. There's a lot I haven't played yet though. That might be better, but have I been here yet? Speak to Lauria Craft. The place is garden. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let Persephone make a copy.
People are gonna start to talk.
I have satellite data for you as promised.
Aren't you reliable? I just need one moment to copy the data. There, all done. Thank you ever so much. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? No need to wait for permission. Ask them.
Ooh, 2000, nice.
No.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Guys said I found information retrieved. Here you are.
Excellent. Take that, reductionists. Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been. Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet.
Here, prove myself. Can I meet with Presiding Bishop now?
Yes. You've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I've informed the Presiding Bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart, a bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now, with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Whoa. Of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have faith in the Order's vision for Arcadia. You're doubting my loyalty? I'm not the one who... I'm not the one who helped DeVray blow up Horizon Point. I'm not making any commitment until I know what those good goals are. I'll continue to help you so long as I receive something in return. I want to see what the goals are.
Prudent. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, Supreme Calculator, and, plan willing,
Supreme
the
Calculator.
architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
I know who you are already. I got your message on Paradise Island.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan. And lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station, such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
You're welcome. It was a close thing, if I'm honest.
Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin.
Levin seems like a good man.
He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that?
Gertie and Alden are negotiating a truce between you and Auntie.
I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise.
I consider you a wise leader, Bishop, wise enough to see the potential benefits here. Levin has built a strong framework for peace. You shouldn't be afraid to use it.
Levin's methodology is usually faultless, And it would be a pity to scrap so much fine preparatory work. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider.
That's what we do. I'm sure I want Auntie's choice in order to work together.
Then I will endeavor to bring that vision to fruition, if the plan wills it. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps a remote conference could be a viable alternative. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation.
Yeah, I gotta work for Auntie. I've already been doing some work for Auntie's choice.
I am well aware of your extracurriculars. I only lacked the context to understand them until now. You've certainly built out a commendable framework for this discussion. Hopefully your forward thinking extends to the negotiations themselves. Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the details of a conference then.
Yay, I did it. Before I go, I have some questions for you.
My time is yours, for the moment.
How does one become a presiding bishop of the Order?
Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat.
That doesn't seem very scientific.
No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote.
Sounds like we're anointed more than elected.
Thank you for that charitable assessment. My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate, the compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life.
Do you think Orlo would approve of everything you've done as a bishop?
Likely not. But it is the responsibility of every student to surpass their mentor in understanding and sentiment. And I can reliably assert that I have done that.
You went to a lot of trouble to recreate Eden's conditions here on Cloister Way.
Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spirton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim.
Thanks for taking the time to indulge my curiosity. I'll be going there.
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a
she has a thing
serious
behind her head
scientician.
now. That's cool. I think that's everything. I'm going to get off now, but we'll finish some work with Auntie later. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.